Hey everybody, I'm a survival woman, and so I decided that the experiences that I've had in my life, to share them, maybe help some people out in the way, and just show that there is a lot of strength in us that we don't really know we have. Now the reason why I'm talking kind of low is it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's funny, I have some interesting thought processes go on early in the morning, and so I'm going to explain to you just what I am here to share. I am a survivor of a very volatile relationship that happened about 7 years ago, something like that. Oh, that's when it ended, was 7 years ago, and I'm still here. And a lot of people think that when they go through things in their life that nobody else knows how they feel. You don't know what I'm going through. There's always someone out there who knows what you're going through. You know, I thought the same way. I met a lady where I used to live, and through the course of 4 very short weeks, she got my number and I understood hers. And the wildest thing was, we'd both in the same boat at one time. I was in the boat. She had gotten out of the boat. She was lucky she got out of the boat. I was still in that boat, trapped in that boat, for visualization. Imagine yourself trapped in a boat. You don't know how to swim. That would be me. I don't know how to swim that well. So when you convince yourself that nobody understands, don't do that. That's the last thing you need to do for yourself. There are so many programs and so many counseling entities and whatnot, even your neighbor next door. You don't know if they're a good listening ear or not, but why not try? The worst thing you can do when you're going through really bad things is to keep it all bottled up inside, because that's when you start thinking about that you did something wrong. It's all your fault. It's bad enough you have someone else who's going to tell you that, but it's not your fault. We are the hardest on ourselves, and that's a fact. You know, friends and family can say all kinds of bad things about you, but it's what you say about yourself that's even more damaging to you. You may not think so. You think everybody coming at you is like, I can't stand it. It's not that. It's what you take from that and internalize. These are the things that I have learned really quickly in the last 10 plus some years. And I'm just now understanding myself. A lot of the things about myself, I'm just now getting it. And so I want to help you all to get it to where you can put on an armor of protection for yourself that nothing can break it. Wouldn't that be awesome? Don't you want to learn how to do that? It took me 60-something years. Yes, I'm in my 60s, okay? I'm an old lady. But I've learned a few things in that 60-something years. And granted, some of them a little day late, dollar short, but better late than never, I always say, right? So we are getting ready to go on a journey together. And I can't wait to hear people who have had the same experience that I've had. And I've had a lot of them. Yeah, a lot of them. Some of them I never would have imagined for myself. Definitely not that last one. No. But, so I'm interested in what you are interested in. If you just want to scream about what you're going through and see if I can give you some words of wisdom, I'll at least try. I mean, that's one of the gifts God gave me, a listening ear. We had a one of those personality assessments when you go to church and you take this little test and could discover what your gifts are that God gave you. And he asked you all these different questions, what you would do in this scenario, etc., etc. And mine was caretaker. Well, that was interesting because I am the oldest of 5 siblings. And what was I doing? Always taking care of somebody else. Forgot to take care of myself. I got caught up in the responsibility of taking care of everybody else. And that's not a good thing to do. But when you believe that is what you're supposed to do, you don't know any better. And that is perfectly okay. It messes you up for a little while, but once you figure it out, you'll be good. Don't worry about it. Hopefully I'm going to be able to show you how to figure that out. That's my goal anyway. There's nothing more heartbreaking for me is to see someone trying to make it through life and they don't have a clue where to turn. Because I was one of those people. I felt like I didn't have anybody to turn to. Have you ever felt like that? Do you feel like that right now? If you do, leave me a comment. I have been instructed from my and ours. Actually, he created everybody, so it's not mine. I just like to try to say it's just mine. But he created us all to be there for one another. What does the word say? I'm not a pastor, okay? I just know a few things from what I've read and what I've learned from church and Sunday school and Bible studies and things like that. And no, I'm not a Bible thumper, okay? I care about people. And I am so tired of all the anger and all the pain going on that I have to do something now. I can't not do anything anymore. So I'm going to share with you power against the pain. Power to find your passion in your life. And then once you find it, you hold on and you don't let it go. One thing that is a fact is that God gives everyone gifts. But if you don't use them, you can lose them. I have a son that happened to. Yeah. He had a fantastic gift. Artistic. And then he drifted away from doing all the things like he was raised to do, good and, treat people decent, stuff like that. And he can't draw anymore. No, he can't. And he struggles to use these programs on the computer with it. But God got his attention. And he's slowly bringing him back in. And I have every confidence in the world that my son's gift is going to come back. It's all about focus. Everybody needs focus. It's hard to focus. I mean, you're bombarded by the world. Who can focus? COVID-19, for Pete's sake. Elections, this and that, all this other stuff. Trying to keep your job. Work, period. Retiring. It's that kind of thing that just will throw you off kilter. So I just want to let you know that there's a listening ear here. That sometimes is all you need. Sometimes we just need to vent. So vent on me. It doesn't hurt, it's just words. And if I can help, I will. If I can't help, I'll try to figure out someone who can help. That's just how I'm wired. And this is kind of weird, just sitting here talking to people. But if it helps somebody, it's all worth it to me. I've come across several young ladies who went through the same thing I went through, but they were in the beginning stages. They didn't see the signs because they were in the middle of the quote-unquote love part. And I was able to not only talk to them, one young lady in particular, I got to talk to her mother, and she thanked me for my wisdom, my words, because she was worried about her daughter. And our kids are the most precious thing we can have. And if something happens to them, that's a piece of your heart that gets cut out, Doesn't Nobody needs that. They're a gift. They're given to you. You raise them. You want them to succeed. You want them to do well. And then when the bottom falls out, who do you turn to? You can turn to lots of people, but some of us just don't know how. Some of us keep bottled up, keep living in the past, and don't know how to move forward. And it seems to me that I'm being instructed to kind of like give some enlightenment in that area. I'm not a professional or anything. I've just been through a lot, and I'm not bashful in sharing it. I've actually had people amazed at my demeanor when I talk about what happened. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag just yet. No, I ain't telling you what that, no. I want to hear from you. I want to know how I can help. I can't do anything but talk. And if talking helps, then that's what I'm going to do. But there is a lot that people don't realize that we've all done before. We've all had family members pass away and go to be in heaven. We've all had a pet die. We've all had kids go off to college at some point or whatever. We've all had grandparents that have passed on, and that's devastating enough. So when you think you're the only one in it, you're really not. And sometimes to get through it, to move forward, all you need is someone to listen. But a lot of us aren't really good at talking. So this is a really good venue, you know? You don't have to be in the same room with me personally. Like, I'm not going to reach out and like grab you. But you can comment, let me know what's going on, you know. It's very, what's the word I'm trying to think of? I want to say unobtrusive, but I'm not sure that's right. But anyway, it's not as threatening. It gets you're more at ease when you can just type it in because you're not having to speak, and that's cool. And that's what this is for. This is so that you can work through whatever it is you're having to deal with, and just let me help. I would feel really good to know that I actually helped somebody get through a tough patch so they'd be prepared for the next one. In 63 years, I must have experienced something, right? Yeah, a lot. You have no idea. Yeah, my kids say I'm corny too. Isn't that refreshing? Yummy. But next time that I come on here, we'll get into the steps of survival. Well, it depends on the situation. So I need some situations, and that's where you come in, okay? You give me a situation, and we'll work through it together. Sound like a plan? I like it. Hope you do. Sometimes it's better if somebody you don't know gives you a little bit of advice and wisdom because they've already been there. And I am living it. And you are going to be shocked at what this old gal has been through. Now, you look at me here. Yeah, I'm wearing an old Red Cross long sleeve shirt. Nothing fancy. I'm not a supermodel. I'm just an old lady. But I've seen a lot. I've lived a lot. And I've heard a lot. And if those things that I've experienced help you through something, it was meant to be. These things don't happen by accident. That's another lie that invisible enemy tells you. It's like, oh, it's just by chance. No. No, when you talk to perfect strangers and you start comparing stories of how your life is, and all of a sudden you're thinking, how do they know about what I went through back when I was in high school? How do they know? Because they had it too. It's just a cycle. We all are teenagers at some time. All the teenagers go through the same stuff, just in different areas, that's all. And then sometimes that's one of those things you have to work through. So let's work through them together. So here I am, and there you are. And I am your door to probably some unexpected answers. I've shared some insights with individuals in my life recently, and not only were my insights surprising to them, I found out some more things about myself in the process. So, it's not like I'm being a busybody or anything. I just want to help. So, and a lot of times, what you have to share with me helps me through something, and we're doing exactly what the good book says, to love one another as Christ loved the church. And the church is everybody. Loves everybody. And that's what we're supposed to do. And I'm just following his lead. So give me a shot. Give me a chance. Hey. What's it going to hurt? So, when you're ready to talk, just throw a comment out there. I'd be interested to see if I get any wise guys out there. There's always one in every crowd, you know. I was one. I'm the oldest of 5 girls. Why wouldn't I be? That's just a natural thing. So, from my heart to you, I am a survival woman, because his promise is my survival. And I'm here to share his promise with you. God bless.